It takes an IQ of about 10
Yeah, I know.
to figure out that that's a crime. Look, it's been clear since December 8th of 2015 that Joe Biden and Hunter Biden were involved in corruption in the Ukraine. The New York Times wrote it. They said Hunter Biden is getting paid by the most crooked company in the Ukraine, by the most crooked guy in the Ukraine, who's a fugitive, and his father is in charge of giving out the money in the Ukraine. It takes an IQ of about 10
Yeah, I know.
to figure out that that's a crime.
So I'm holding a
And
document.
they covered it up.
I'm holding a document here. I mean, they call this a conspiracy theory. This is from the prosecutor's office of the Republic of Latvia. It is the Office for Prevention of Laundering of Proceeds Derived from Criminal Activity. It has Burisma and Hunter Biden's name and his partners all over it. What is it?
What that is, it's a notification from the government of Latvia to the government of Ukraine about 2 or 3 weeks before Shokin was fired, that they have suspicion that there's a vast money laundering transaction. Eventually, I have the documents there that show it. Those are in Ukrainian. I translated them. I even translated them myself with my app. And what they basically say is, make it simple, $14.3 million was moved from Ukraine into a phony company in Latvia owned by Viktor Pinchuk, another oligarch. It was made to look like a loan. It then moved to Cyprus, and then it was distributed to the board members. $14.3 million, except there are 2 names and no numbers next to it. Hunter Biden, Devin Archer. The prosecutor calls the Cypriot office, and the Cypriot office is told, oh, you know the U.S. Embassy doesn't let me give you information on Hunter Biden. Devin Archer gets convicted a year later in the Southern District of New York for insider trading. We went and got the records of that trial. In the records of that trial, there's a $3.2 million deposit on that date from Cyprus. It's clearly the money. We've now been able to prove it the other way around. So you know what you call that? You call that a slam dunk money laundering case. When I was a U.S. attorney, I give this to one of my young prosecutors, 3-day trial. I don't even need a witness. I just have to authenticate the documents. I could give this to my most incompetent assistant U.S. attorney, and they come back with a conviction, even if his name is Hunter Biden. And I am outraged at the fact that Joe Biden isn't under investigation. This is ridiculous. It shows not only is the double standard applied to the media, they've intimidated our law enforcement. The man confessed to bribery. He confessed in the open to bribery.
So,
and I have the...
Go ahead.
They sort of like don't understand who I am. I have the records. This isn't Rudy Giuliani. This is the Latvian government. I've got a record here of an Austrian doctor who's the foremost doctor on poisoning. He saved the life of Viktor Yanovich. You remember the man?
Yeah. The guy whose face
very
was...
good man. He could have saved...
He could have. He could have.
I went there. CIA briefing said he was the one man who could save Ukraine if Putin didn't kill him. Well, Putin didn't kill him, but he took his life away. He took his face away.
Yeah.
The doctor's name is Dr. Korpan. I remember it all these days because the name of the facility is the Rudolph Clinic. He's the foremost expert. I just would like you to read the primary diagnosis of Mr. Shokin as of 3 months ago when he got rushed to the hospital.
Dear sir or madam, primary diagnosis, mercury poisoning.
The doctor says there's no other way it could have happened but with poisoning. I have the record in German that shows that the normal amount of mercury in your system is 2. He was at 9.2. He was at the point where his liver is already deteriorating. There's no question they attempted to kill him.
This is why he's in, because we've tried to reach out to him.
And our embassy will not allow him to come to the United States because our embassy is in this up to their neck, including the present one with Ambassador Phony Taylor, who testified. Phony Taylor is holding up this man coming to the U.S. because he can testify. This is not an unknown, anonymous whistleblower.
Right.
This is a man who's willing to tell you his name, Victor Shokin. He's willing to put his hand on the Bible. He's willing to take the risk of perjury, and he's willing to say, Joe Biden bribed my president in order to get me fired. And he is also, and his colleagues, 4 or 5 more of them, able to show us how much more money went to the Bidens than we even know.
All right.
Including money laundered money.